High school feels like a game where the rules keep changing, classes stack up, notifications never stop, and every adult seems to ask about college plans before lunch. Yet a small group of students appears calm, earns consistent A's, and still posts sunset photos on the weekend. The difference is not superhuman IQ or 4 hours of sleep. It is a repeatable system built on 3 pillars: a biology-aligned routine, evidence-based study methods, and a drama-shielding mindset. Copy the system and the results follow. First pillar, the daily architecture. The brain runs on circadian rhythms that reward regularity. Wake-up time should vary by no more than 30 minutes even on weekends. This keeps the melatonin to cortisol slope gentle so Monday does not feel like jet lag. Within 5 minutes of waking, drink 250 milliliters of water. Neurons lose water during sleep, and even mild dehydration drops cognitive speed by 5%. Skip the phone scroll. Blue light spikes dopamine and primes the brain for novelty binges before breakfast. Instead, open a window or step outside. 10 minutes of natural light anchors the body clock and boosts serotonin, the chemical buffer against afternoon stress. Breakfast is not a moral choice, it is a strategic one. A steady glucose curve prevents the 10 a.m. crash that masquerades as boredom. Combine 20 grams of protein, complex carbs, and a micronutrient source. Greek yogurt, oats, and berries hit all 3 in under 3 minutes. If appetite is missing, blend the same ingredients with milk. Liquid calories bypass early morning ghrelin resistance. Travel time to school doubles as the first memory review. Close the eyes, if on a bus or in a passenger seat, and recite yesterday's main ideas aloud. The hippocampus treats retrieval the way a muscle treats weightlifting. Resistance sparks growth. One pass is enough. The goal is difficulty, not perfection. Inside the classroom, note-taking is filter-making, not dictation. Research on working memory shows the brain can hold 4 novel pieces of information at once. Writing every word crowds the buffer and blocks understanding. Adopt the 3-2-1 rule. 3 key concepts, 2 supporting details, each 1 real-life example. Leave a 2-inch right margin. After class, distill the lecture into 1 sentence per concept in that margin. This converts notes into a quizzable format without extra writing. The 5-minute recall ritual seals the period. Before the next bell, hide notes and list everything remembered on a blank corner of paper. Then check accuracy and circle gaps. This microtest tells the brain the information is valuable enough to store, triggering synaptic protein synthesis that begins the same day. Lunch is the second strategic meal. Aim for a 3-to-1 carb-to-protein ratio. Turkey on whole grain with an apple replenishes dopamine and serotonin without post-lunch fog. Avoid ultra-processed snacks that spike glucose and crash it by 5th period, creating fake fatigue. After school, the brain is in a unique neurochemical window. Cortisol is dropping, but acetylcholine, vital for focus, remains high. Use the first 45 minutes at home for the hardest task, not for social media. Set a 25-minute timer, silence the phone, and work single task. The Pomodoro length is not magical. It simply respects the brain's natural vigilance cycle that declines after half an hour. When the bell rings, stand up for 2 minutes of shoulder rolls or a brisk stair climb. Movement reoxygenates the prefrontal cortex, the seat of executive function. Now the second pillar, study science. Rereading feels productive because familiarity mimics fluency, yet familiarity is the lowest form of learning. Replace it with active recall. Close the book and answer self-generated questions. Each successful retrieval thickens the myelin sheath around the neuron, increasing signal speed on test day. Make flashcards the right way. Question on one side, answer on the other, no multiple choice. Shuffle constantly. Random order prevents the brain from using sequence as a crutch. Spaced repetition automates the timing. After the first correct recall, review after 1 day, then 3, then 7, then 14. Free apps apply the algorithm. Manual calendars work too. The exponential gap exploits the forgetting curve. Review just as the memory is about to decay, strengthening it at minimal cost. Past papers are not optional extras, they are transfer trainers. Exams measure the ability to apply, not memorize. Work at least 3 previous tests under timed conditions. Circle every question that feels unfamiliar and add it to a last week list. Patterns emerge. Certain verbs evaluate, synthesize, repeat, and recognizing them reduces surprise anxiety. Teachback is the final filter. Explain the concept aloud as if to a younger sibling or even an empty chair. Stumbles reveal gaps. Fluent speech proves mastery. If no one is listening, record voice memos and play them during commutes. The brain prioritizes information it has taught, a phenomenon called the protégé affect. Third pillar, mindset as shield. High school is equal parts academic and social, and drama is an attention tax. Adopt the gray rock strategy. Respond to gossip with neutral, boring replies. Without emotional fuel, instigators move on. Confidence is built, not found. Use posture anchoring, shoulders back, chin parallel, slow exhale. The body sends proprioceptive signals to the amygdala, calming the threat response within seconds. Practice it walking through hallways until it becomes default. Social media is engineered comparison. Curate the feed the way a museum curates art. Unfollow accounts that trigger inadequacy in under 5 seconds. Replace them with pages that post solved problems or science facts. The brain still receives dopamine hits, but from learning cues instead of appearance cues. Create a 2-minute evening ritual. Open a notebook. Draw a line down the middle. Left side, today's wins, no matter how small, turned in lab report, drank enough water. Right side, tomorrow's single focus, only one item. Closing the loop empties the Zeigarnik effect, the brain's tendency to replay open tasks, allowing sleep to arrive faster. Sleep is not negotiable. During deep NREM cycles, the glymphatic system washes out metabolic waste including beta amyloid, the protein linked to cognitive decline. 8 hours is the population average. Teenagers often need 9. Protect the last hour before bed. No screens emitting blue light, no problem-solving homework. If anxiety spikes, try the 4-7-8 breath. Inhale 4 seconds, hold 7, exhale 8. The extended exhale activates the parasympathetic response, lowering heart rate within 2 cycles. Weekends are not moral rewards, they are maintenance windows. Keep the same wake-up window within 30 minutes. Use the extra morning hour for big rock projects, college essays, scholarship drafts, or reading that challenges beyond the syllabus. By Monday, the sense of progress reduces existential dread more than any extra sleep could. Grades matter, but they are lagging indicators of the system followed. Track leading metrics instead. Number of active recall questions answered, days without phone use before 8 a.m., hours of sleep. Improve these, and the transcript updates itself. Finally, build an accountability loop. Pair with one friend, share the weekly single focus, and text a screenshot when it is complete. Social commitment raises follow-through rates from 35% to over 70%. Choose a partner who values growth over gossip. The dyad amplifies both calendars. Implement one pillar this week. Stack the next week. By the end of a single semester, the system runs on autopilot and high school becomes something unusual, predictable. Week 2 introduces the full triad. Mornings stay identical, stability is the spine. After school, layer in the second pillar, evidence-based study. Open the planner and tag every subject with a red, yellow, or green dot. Red topics were guessed on the last quiz, yellow were shaky, green were solid. Begin every session with 10 red flashcard questions. Shuffle, no peeking. Each correct answer moves the card one color up the ladder, incorrect cards reset to red. The ladder is a visual dopamine game, turning abstract effort into visible progress. When every card reaches green for 2 consecutive days, the topic is archived. The archive box becomes physical proof of territory conquered, a motivational artifact no algorithm can throttle. Evenings now include a 15-minute blurting block. Close all material, set a 5-minute timer, and write everything remembered from the day's red and yellow topics on blank paper. When the bell rings, reopen notes and mark discrepancies in red pen. Those red marks are tomorrow's first red cards. This daily audit prevents the sneakiest leak in learning, the illusion of mastery. Mindset drills run in parallel. Before sleep, open the Notes app and create 2 running lists, evidence I'm improving and evidence I'm stuck. Every night, add one bullet to each, even if the stuck list feels forced. The brain is a pattern-noticing machine. Giving it a scavenger hunt for progress trains it to spot gains it would otherwise filter out. Within 2 weeks, the improvement list outruns the stuck list, feeding the identity shift from "I'm behind" to "I'm a person who improves." Social physics matter. Identify the top 5 people encountered daily: group, project partners, bus seat neighbors, social media feeds. Rate each interaction on a -2 to +2 scale, where -2 drains energy and +2 adds it. Anyone net negative over a 7-day window gets demoted, mute online, sit elsewhere, change groups if possible. This is not cruelty, it is energy budgeting. One persistent -2 can offset an hour of perfect study the same way a small leak sinks a large ship. Month 3 is optimization month. Record every study minute in a simple spreadsheet: date, subject, method, flashcards, past paper, teachback, start and end time. After 14 days, calculate the average score gained per minute for each method. Delete or reduce the lowest yield tactic without sentiment. Students who perform this audit typically discover that 30% of their study time returns almost zero score gain, usually passive highlighting or rewatching videos. Reallocate those minutes to the highest yield method and watch class averages jump without extra total time. Test week protocol. 3 nights out, attempt a full past paper under exam conditions. No phone, exact time limit, same desk layout. Mark it using the official rubric, then convert the score to a percentage. The number itself is less important than the emotional rehearsal. The brain logs the scenario as survivable, lowering cortisol on the real day. 2 nights out. Switch to micro drills, 5 questions, 2 minutes each, immediate marking. The rapid feedback loop keeps confidence high while spotting last gaps. The night before, stop academics at 8 p.m. Use the remaining hour for the 4-7-8 breathing cycle and layout of clothes, pens, ID, and a filled water bottle. Pre-decision conserves willpower for the exam itself. Morning of the test. Eat the exact breakfast used during successful study sessions. Novel foods can trigger subtle inflammation that diverts blood from the brain. Arrive 15 minutes early with headphones and a curated exam playlist of instrumental tracks at 60 to 70 beats per minute. This tempo nudges the heart rate toward the optimal cognitive zone. During the paper, deploy the 3-pass method. First pass answers every easy question to lock in quick marks. Second pass tackles medium questions. Third pass handles the hardest. This prevents the common trap of spending 20 minutes on a 5-point problem while 2 1-point questions sit untouched. Post-exam rule: no post-mortem. Comparing answers is an anxiety feedback loop that changes nothing. Instead, open the planner and schedule the next cycle. Which topics slip from green back to yellow because of cumulative forgetting? Spaced repetition is never finished. It is maintenance like brushing teeth. Semester review. Export the spreadsheet into a simple bar chart: minutes invested versus grade improvement per subject. The visual summary answers the perennial question, am I working hard enough? With data, not drama. Share the chart with the accountability partner. Mutual visibility sustains momentum through the next term. By the end of 12 weeks, the system is self-running. Wake up, hydration, breakfast, commute recall, 3-2-1 notes, 5-minute seal, lunch, after-school power block, color-coded flashcards, evening blurting, evidence lists, social audit, spreadsheet review, all compressed into habit loops that execute with the same unconscious ease as tying shoes. Grades cease to feel like verdicts delivered by external judges and become trailing indicators of an internal machine that is already humming. The final metric is time to calm. Measure how long it takes after arriving home to feel in control. Beginners often report 2 hours of frantic procrastination. System operators hit calm in under 10 minutes. That reclaimed hour per day compounds to 6 extra weeks of usable brainpower per year. The hidden curriculum: no transcript records, but every future self will thank you.